It doesn't seem like.
Recording in progress.
Thank you very much. We will then proceed. And now that the agenda is also flagged in front of us, things are made a bit easier. Is there a move for adoption of the agenda?
I move, Honorable Chair. Honorable Bartlett.
Bartlett moves.
I second, Chairperson.
Second thing is Dango.
Yes, correct.
No, thank you very much. We will then proceed and move to item 2. Apologies.
Chairperson.
Yes.
Chairperson, good morning, Chair. Good morning, honorable members and colleagues. We do have the apology of the Deputy Chairperson, and we have the apology of Dr. Gora.
Deputy Chair and Dr. Gorinov. Okay, so it's Lucas and Gorinov. Thank you very much. Let's proceed then to item 4. Having done the apologies, I assume that there's no other apology, so that's why I'm moving on. Let's look at item 4, consideration of minutes of the meeting of the 24th of March 2022. We'll start with corrections. Let's look at page 1 of the minutes of the last meeting dated the 24th of March 2022. Let's do that quickly. Page 1, no correction. Members present and officials and managers at the bottom of the page, page 2. The last point there being consideration of draft parliamentary program, page 3. Any corrections on page 3? Start with Honorable Njadu and with the word workers. Let's move to page 4. Any corrections on page 4? None. Page 5. International agreements, other matters, bills introduced, approval by cabinet, assent by president. Page 6, the last page. Any corrections on page 6? Thank you very much. Can you have someone moving that the agenda be adopted?
BP moves, Chairperson.
BP moves. Yes. Any second there?
Ndungeni second, Chair.
Honorable Bartlett, second, Chair.
Okay. Bartlett and who was the other voice? Ndongeni.
Ndungeni.
Yeah, Ndongeni. Okay, thank you very much. Now that will be it. Having adopted the minutes as a true record of what transpired in the previous meeting, we'll then move on to the list of matters arising. There's a one page. Just looking for it now.
Chairperson, before we go there, I've
Yeah,
noticed in the minutes that we have a standing apology for Landsman, but we didn't acknowledge it in the apologies.
yes, yes. I'm sure the table there is noting that.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, thank you very much. Standing apology. Let's go to the matters arising, the action list. Advocate Pindela.
Thank you very much, Chair. From the 28th to the 1st of April, we had the provincial week, which was followed by the constituency period. The briefing of select committees on departmental strategic plans and budget votes continue, Chair. Thank you very much.
No, thank you very much. There we have those issues that matters arising. And if you look at the key there, it says when it's green, it's completed. So all the tasks have been carried out. The only issue that I will just raise in passing for noting is just make sure that the report, a consolidated report is available. I did see the copy. Yeah, otherwise work has been done. Not unless there's anyone who wants to raise any other issue. Thank you very much. We'll then move on to item 6. Consideration of the draft parliamentary approval. Honorable Njadu, please take us through.
Yes, good morning, Chairperson. Good morning to all the whippery, the Honorable Chief Whip, Chair of Chairs, Honorable Nyambi, and all chairpersons. Chairperson, the first just to check on the framework for the second term. The framework for the second term will duration for parliamentary work will be 10 weeks. 10 weeks, and constituency period for the second term will start on the 27th of June to the 1st of August, which will be 5 weeks. So just to highlight that on the framework. And then the second term, Chair, is that in consultation or engagement with the whippery yesterday, the program was presented, and also in terms of new intakes on the committee side that members must look at and consider on the committee side. And then the member support yesterday, okay, let me start from today, which is the 5th of May. We're having programming, and then we will have caucus at 10 o'clock. And then this week is as a week that is allocated for select committees briefings on departments. Then we also had a youth intake, which is a joint standing committee on defense. We'll also consider on the development of the finance committee, which is unfolding. And then on the 6th of May, which is Friday, will be continuation of the select. No, it's a state capacity conference, institutional weaknesses and accelerate policy implementation. And then also we have a new intake, which is a joint standing committee on financial management of Parliament. Then, Chairperson, we go to next week, which is the 10th of May. But from the 9th of May, we will have a provincial whip study tour to Namibia, which will start on Monday until the 13th. That all provincial whips will have a study tour to Namibia. Then the Select Committee on Finance will have a follow-up with the GBSA. And then on the 11th is continuation of the studies and then study group tour. And then Appropriations Committee will consideration of the final mandates will be on the 11th. The consideration of the final mandates of the Finance Committee, Appropriations Committee will be on the 11th. Then on the 12th, we will have a provincial whip study caucus, study tour and also caucus. Also, we will have on the 12th questions to the Deputy President, and also have a new intake, joint standing committee on defense. Then we'll go to the next week, following week, which is on the 17th of May. The 17th of May, Chairperson, we will have a plenary, which will have new intakes, which is empowerment equity amendment bill, and compensation for occupational injuries, diseases. And then we will have also developments of the Finance Committee. 18th of May, we will have a plenary, which is the policy debate on budget vote 41, water and sanitation. Then we'll have a Appropriations Committee briefing, National Treasury. On the 19th of May, we'll have caucus at 10 o'clock, and then we'll have a plenary in the afternoon, which will policy debate on budget vote 40, transport. And on the 20th of May, Women's Charter report back session, Gauteng province. And also we have a new intake, which is a joint standing committee on financial management of Parliament. And then on the Saturday, the 21st of May, will be a Women's Charter report back session, Northwest province. Chairperson, the 24th of May will be a plenary visual. Let me first leave the visual. I think the NCOP will come back in a hybrid. The policy debate on budget vote 34, mineral resources and energy. 25th of May, Provincial Whips Forum, which also an Africa Day lecture. And on the afternoon, we'll have a plenary, which a policy debate vote 13, public works and infrastructure. We'll have then the Select Committee on Appropriations, consideration of the Financial and Fiscal Commission, parliamentary budget session. And also we'll have on the 24th, just to go back there, is finance follow-up with Land Bank, where Finance Committee will be engaging with Land Bank. Then on the 26th of May, will be programming committee, followed by multi-party women's caucus. And then afternoon, we will have a plenary policy debate on budget vote 38, tourism. 27, Women's Charter report back session, Limpopo province, with a new intake on committees, joint standing committee on financial management of Parliament. On the 31st of May, we'll have a plenary and a policy debate, budget vote 39, trade, industry, and competition. And on the 1st of June, in the afternoon, we have a plenary, policy debate on budget vote 3, cooperative governance, and also vote 15, which is traditional affairs. Then we will have a public hearing from the Appropriations Committee. And then on the 2nd of June, caucus, Then we'll have a plenary in the afternoon. We shall have new intakes in terms of policy debate. Vote 28, police. Vote 21, civilian secretariat of the police service. Vote 29, independent police investigative directive. Then on the 3rd of June, Women's Charter Report back session, KwaZulu-Natal. On the 7th of June, questions to Cluster 3A, which is cooperative governance and traditional affairs, public service and administration. On the 8th of June, will be Provincial Whips Forum, followed by plenary in the afternoon. That will be questions to Cluster 3B, governance, minister and the presidency. And on the 9th of June will be programming committee, followed by caucus at 10 o'clock, plenary in the afternoon, which will be police debate, the budget vote 10, which is public enterprises, vote 22, correctional services, vote 25, justice and correctional development, which will be on the committee side. We'll have briefings to provincial legislature by permanent delegates on the electoral amendment bill. The 10th of June, Women's Charter Report back, Northern Cape Province. 14th of June, plenary in the afternoon. We will have a budget vote 16, which is basic education. 15th of June, plenary, we'll have a debate on Youth Day. And then the briefings on provincial legislature by permanent delegates will continue. 17th of June, the ERRP Oversight Conference. 21 June, Women's Charter Report back, Eastern Cape Province. And also in the afternoon will be a Women's Charter Report back, Free State. On the 22nd of June, Provincial Whips Forum, which will be followed by at 10 o'clock by a medium policy international review assessment progress made. Then we'll have the select committee of appropriations consideration of the draft report on appropriations bill, the committee side. And then on the 23rd of June, we'll have the program committee. We'll have a plenary, then we'll have the consideration of the appropriations bill. The 24th of June will be Women's Charter Report back, Western Cape Province, and also the provincial legislature public hearings will continue on the electoral amendment bill. Then the National Council of Provinces constituency period will start on the 27th of June to the 1st of August. Chairperson, that is in terms of the second term program. Any other matters, just to highlight, Chairperson, that was raised yesterday in the whippery, was the question on the 2 provincial weeks and other matters that was raised, was addressed in the whippery yesterday. The other matters will be referred to the third term program also, or also on the next whippery forum. We will look at those matters which was raised yesterday in the whippery. Thank you very much, Chair.
Thank you very much. Now, thank you very much, Honorable Njadu. Are there any comments? Any comments on the report on the parliamentary program as presented by Honorable Njadu? Any comments?
Chairperson, Thank you, Chair.
Yes, let's start with Labuskachne. Please use your, just indicate if you want to speak, because the only other hand I can see is that of the chief whip. Okay, there's Labuskachne. Who else? So let's start with Labuskachne and end with the chief whip if there are no other hands.
Thank you, Chair. Good morning, everyone. Chair, I just want to mention we've discussed it in the WIPS group yesterday, and there was an agreement that we will look into it. I just want to mention here that the original budget votes that we looked into was around about 32 budget votes to be debated. At the moment, we only have dates for 13. And there are certain budget votes that I suggested that it's very important to discuss it, but there was an agreement that we will look into that, and that may bring changes to the program. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Chief Whip.
Thank you, Chair. The first part is covered by Mayor Labuskachne. What transpired in that meeting yesterday, so that it should not be matters for rediscussion in the programming committee, and I'm covered. The second point is that we agreed that in the week of the 16th, upon returning to the learning study visit, the WIPS Forum will undertake inspection to NCOP chamber to look, among others, the issue of connectivity, which presented itself in the previous meeting as a challenge, and also look into other issues, because we are since informed that our chambers are ready for occupation. And we are very clear in our discussion, Chairperson, that if any other matter are cleared, there's no point of us not resuming activities in the chamber of the National Council of Provinces. But we would not want to be haphazard. Currently, matter stands. We still convene through virtual sittings and committees until clarity is provided, and we are clear, all of us, after such an inspection visit. Also, we have taken note that the two houses has established ad hoc committee since the heavy rainfall and disaster in the province of KZN, and this will have an impact on our program. And immediately we believe that such an ad hoc committee, once it has straightened up its program, it will have a bearing into our activity somehow. And that smooth integration of the activities of ad hoc committee will be taken into consideration. Thanks very much.
Thank you very much. Any other comment? No. Can we then note the report as presented by Honorable Njadu? So we note the report with
Chairperson.
all the comments that have been made. I see Advocate Pindra wants to make a comment as well.
Thank you very much, Chair. Just to indicate that we shall continuously update the program as we receive confirmation from the departments insofar as the consideration of the votes are concerned. We have just received an update that human settlements is confirmed for the 31st of May, immediately after the budget vote on the Department of Trade, Industry and Competition. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm sure we'll then proceed, having noted the report as well as the comments that have been made. We'll proceed to item 7, report on select committee business. Hello? So let's proceed to item 7, report on select committee business and report of legislation before select committees. Honorable Nyambi. Thank you, Chair. Greetings to your good self, Chief Whip, colleagues. Chair, several committees have held successful meetings wherein they were briefed by departments and entities on budget votes. Next week will mark the end of these briefings, and this should then allow the House to consider the designated budget votes as correctly presented by Honorable Njandu. We are appreciative of the extra week that has been set apart for committees to proceed with and conclude their business, as we have been assisted by the whipper led by our Chief Whip. Coming to budget instruments, Chair, the 2022 Division of Revenue has been referred to the Select Committee on Appropriation. It is anticipated that the bill will be finalized and considered in the coming days. The same committee also anticipates the referral of Appropriation Bill, Section 75, and the Second Adjustment Appropriation 2021-22 Financial Year Bill, Section 75, which it hopes to finalize on the 22nd of June, with the House considering the same the next day. When it comes to interventions, Chair, the Select Committee on COCTA is considering a total of 11 interventions and notices of interventions, progress reports, termination of interventions, and closeout reports in terms of Section 139 and various subsections of the Constitution, among others, as follows. One is the Mfuleni Local Municipality, Gauteng. It's an extension of intervention and progress report. Umzinyati and Utukela district municipalities, Mtubatuba, Msunduzi, Richmond, Inkosilanga Libalele, Mbofana, Abakulusi, local municipalities in KZN. These are progress reports. Dr. J.S. Moroka Municipality, Mpumalanga, close out report. Msunduzi local municipality, KZN, is progress report. Ngutu local municipality, KZN, its notice of intervention. Central Karoo district municipality, Western Cape, Umkanyagute district municipality, and Emadlangeni local municipalities, KZN, these are notices of intervention. When it comes to international agreements, Chair, the Select Committee on Security and Justice has the following international agreements before it. Ratification of the agreement between Republic of India, the Federative Republic of Brazil, and the Republic of South Africa on the IPSA Fund for the Alleviation of Poverty and Hunger, tabled in terms of Section 231, subsection 2 of the Constitution. The International Convention of the Suppression and Punishment of Crime of Apartheid, adopted by the General Assembly of the United Nations on the 30th of November 1973, tabled in terms of Section 231, subsection 2 of the Constitution. Accession to the Amendment Convention for the Protection, Management, and Development of the Marine and Coastal Environment of the Western Indian Ocean, Nairobi Convention, in terms of Section 231, subsection 2 of the Constitution. The Protocol to the Constitutive Act of the African Union relating to the Pan-African Parliament of 2014, tabled in terms of Section 231, subsection 2 of the Constitution. When it comes to the Select Committee on Transport, Public Service and Administration, Public Works and Infrastructure, has the following agreements before it. The first one is the International Convention of the Civil Liability for Bunkers Oil Pollution Damage 2001, tabled in terms of Section 231, subsection 2 of the Constitution 1996, and the explanatory memorandum thereto. The protocol relating to amendments of Article 50, subsection A and 56 of the Convention and the International Civil Aviation, tabled in terms of Section 231 of the Constitution 1996, and the explanatory memorandum thereto. When it comes to petitions and executive undertakings, Chair,
The Select Committee on Petitions and Executive Undertakings has before it 2 petitions and 15 executive undertakings, all of which are at various stages of completion. The undertakings were made by the following ministers and deputy ministers at different times: Minister of Justice and Correctional Services, Minister of Police, Minister of Social Development, Minister of Transport, Deputy Minister of Higher Education, Science and Technology, Minister of Health, Minister of Agriculture, Land Reform and Rural Development, Minister of Public Enterprises, Minister of Forestry, Fisheries and the Environment, Deputy Minister of Public Enterprises, Minister of Public Works and Infrastructure, Minister of Cooperative Governance and Regional Affairs, Minister of Resources and Energy, and other matters before the committee's chair and colleagues. There are 7 other matters within the purview of the Select Committee that are as follows. The Select Committee on Cooperative Governance and Regional Affairs, it's 4 matters. Select Committee on Finance, it's 1 matter. Select Committee on Transport, Public Service and Administration, Public Works, Infrastructure, it's 1 matter. Select Committee on Security and Justice, it's 1 matter. Once again, I want to thank the Chief Whip and the Whippery for availing the week that has assisted us, and thank Honorable Jandu for covering all the other issues as it has been done, Chair.
Thank you very much. There we are, honorable members. The report has been presented. And can you find out if there are any comments? Any comments on the report? None. The report is noted. Thank you very much. We'll proceed to item 8, report on Parliament's legislative program. Mr. Bond, Mr. Bear.
Good morning, Chairperson. Thank you for the opportunity. This morning, I don't have a lot to report on. I'd just like to share with you that on page 2 of the document bills before Parliament, a new bill has been introduced, the Older Persons Amendment Bill. It's under paragraph C, item 42.
Yes.
Then, Chairperson, there's quite a lot of bills before portfolio committees of the National Assembly that have dates on which those committees aim to finalize, but we'll have to see whether those dates materialize and whether they are postponed or not. Under paragraph D, Chairperson, the second one there, the compensation for occupational injuries and diseases amendment bill. When that bill is passed, it will go back to the National Assembly for concurrence because of proposed amendments from the Select Committee. Then there's also a mistake that I want to rectify under paragraph E. The sectional titles amendment bill is in fact the section 76 bill. It was introduced as a proposed section 75 bill by the state law advisors, but Parliament opted to change the tagging to section 76. So it needs to be dealt with in terms of section 76. We still have 2 bills on our books for introduction: the National Youth Development Agency Amendment Bill and the Post-Bag Limited Amendment Bill. They've not been certified yet, but we know they're coming. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. There you are. There's the report. Any comment? Labuschagne?
Thank you very much, Chair. Thank you for the correction on the sectional title deeds bill. I also see that the department that has been indicated is trade, But that bill serves in the NCOP now in the select committee of rural development, of agriculture, rural development and land. So I just need to, maybe there should be a correction of that as well. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'm sure that those corrections are noted. I'm sure Mr. Bell and the team will ensure that what has been said is not lost, besides just ensuring that the minutes aptly captures this part of our work. Any other comment? Gone. Thank you very much. I'm sure the report should also is noted. Should and is noted. So the report is noted. Honorable members, there being no other business except item 9, which is closure, this marks the end of our meeting. Thank you very much.
Bye, Chair. Thank you.
No, Sebule.
Recording stopped.
Thank you, Chair.
Oh, thank you very much.